What's up, guys? So today we have a pretty long question from Trip to the Top 814. He says, "Hey Brandon, I have a question. Started BJJ at 140 pounds, competed at that weight about 10 times. Got my BJJ blue belt, jumped up to 170 pounds to prevent injuries. I'm 6 foot tall. Doing okay at the gym, but definitely getting manhandled by heavier, stronger bros, more technical bros as well, of course. So basically I had to take some time off of BJJ recently and I've been doing nothing but weights and bikes for cardio. I still watch videos, etc. Initially I told myself I'd just take a few months off of BJJ, but now results from weight are coming. What do you think? Keep taking time off to get heavier and stronger, or train more? I've been a blue belt for 5 years, by the way. I plan to go back into competition eventually, but in a heavier weight class. Not sure yet. What do you think?" I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll call you Bob. Again, stealing it from Chewy, right? We'll call you Bob because you didn't actually put your name. Here's the issue. You say that you want to compete in Jiu-Jitsu. I think that there is nothing wrong with taking time off of Jiu-Jitsu, even as a competitor, in order to kind of get your body ready for competition. I actually think it's really, really smart. Sometimes I think even personally, I over-compete, and I'm excited to take some time off of competing myself after the quintet here in a month. But the thing is, man, if you've been lifting for what seems like months on months, you should have a routine down by now, right? I don't necessarily agree that you need more than a month to even build a good routine. Now, obviously, here's context for the people who didn't even listen to the beginning very clearly. He wants to be a competitor. He wants to compete. He's already done 10 competitions. He's a blue belt. He wants to compete. If this person was a hobbyist and does not want to compete, my answer would be a lot different here. If you want to make lifting a habit, you've already done that. But let's say you haven't, right? You're a new person and you're like, I want to lift more with my jiu-jitsu. Take less time doing BJJ and add in strength and conditioning sessions. But what I would not do, I actually completely disagree with the taking months off, right? Now, maybe you take 2 weeks off, but if you want to be a competitor, I would not take months off of training jiu-jitsu. Even if you just want to be a local competitor, I personally, unless you have some significant injury, which you did not say that you did, I wouldn't just take months off of jiu-jitsu just to strength train. Because why? The reality is, no matter how strong you are, it's not necessarily going to improve your jiu-jitsu. Now, if you have good jiu-jitsu plus you're strong and athletic and healthy, you're gonna seem dang good in competition. So I agree that I agree that it's very useful to be a lifter or to do lifting while being in jiu-jitsu. So when you take a bunch of time off of jiu-jitsu, it's gonna make you rusty, it's gonna make you sloppy, or it can, especially if you're just a blue belt, you don't know that much yet. I just think it's a really, really bad idea. I think the better you get, the more time you can take off jiu-jitsu. This is just my opinion, and better is definitely subjective, right? It's up to the viewer's discretion to see what is better. But let's say you say you're ready to compete, or you're getting ready to compete, you want to compete at this new weight class, you're not sure which, but you're around 170 pounds, so I'm guessing anywhere between 160 something to 180 pounds, right? That's what seems right. My advice to you, if you said, Brandon, what should I do? I want to compete. Let's say you don't want to train jiu-jitsu 5 days a week all year round. Okay, that's totally fine. This is what I would do to prepare for a competition. 6 to 8 weeks out from any given competition, you should increase your BJJ volume. As the weeks go on, you can start to lower the volume again, right? So let's say you're doing an 8-week camp. Maybe you're training 5 days a week or 6 days a week. Once you have 2 weeks left, the work's pretty much done. You can start to bring the volume back down to maybe 4 days a week. So now you're just trying to maintain, keep your body healthy, feel good. But for the first 6 weeks out of the 8-week camp, you're pushing it hard, you're going to jiu-jitsu as much as you can, you're also lifting, and your main primary focus should be on jiu-jitsu and using lifting as maintenance in the 6 to 8 weeks. You can also use cardio, like I love using the assault bike, in order to help kind of increase your VO2 max and other things like that. There's scientists, I'm sure, that are gonna be in these comment sections. You tell me what it actually does for you. I just know I like the push mentally and physically from the assault bike. But lifting should not be your main form of training if you're trying to compete in jiu-jitsu. It's an extremely bad idea in your case, because again, we're talking about context. You said that you wanna be a competitor. You asked me what I think you should do. I think that it's cool, you can keep lifting, but keep yourself accountable. Sign up for a competition that's 4 months out from now. Like, go look on Smooth Comp, see a competition 4 to 5 months out from now. From that 4 to 5 month point, set an 8-week marker. Okay, on this day, this is when the 8-week training camp starts, right? You don't have to train like a professional, I'm not saying that. But this is when we shift the focus to more jiu-jitsu and less lifting. Right now, if you're not anywhere near a competition, it's okay to lift a lot more and to do a little bit less jiu-jitsu, but you're preparing for competition 6 to 8 weeks out. Let's say 8 weeks. You're gonna be like, this is the 8 weeks. This is 8 weeks from my competition. I need to do more jiu-jitsu than I do for my lifting, right? It should be almost 2 to 1, right? Meaning 2 jiu-jitsu sessions for every 1 lifting session, right? So you're doing 6 jiu-jitsu sessions. Now you have 3 lifting sessions a week. That's pretty much what I do. Don't make the mistake of relying purely on becoming the most physical person, because once again, even at blue belt, which you are, you've been a blue belt for 4 years, so I guess you understand. People can ankle lock you. People can rear naked choke you. They can kimura you. So just being strong is not gonna help you in jiu-jitsu competitions. Again, guys, I'm gonna kind of end the video there, but I'll say this. If you're a hobbyist, I think that your priorities are going to be a lot different. So maybe lifting makes more sense. Like doing more lifting, it might be a 2 to 1 on the opposite end, meaning 2 lifting sessions for every 1 jiu-jitsu session, or a 1 to 1, 1 lifting session for every. I have friends who are older black belts who full-time jobs, you know, engineers, mechanics, etc., who they do jiu-jitsu like 2 times a week, maybe 3 max, and they lift 2 times a week, maybe 3, and that's totally fine. But based on, we'll call them Bob's goals, I would say set an 8-week marker. Once that 8-week marker starts, you turn the volume up, and you should be doing 2 to 1, 2 sessions for every 2 jiu-jitsu sessions for every 1 lifting session, on top of at least 1 cardio session a week. Once you're about 2 weeks out from your competition, you can kind of turn the volume down on both of those, and then like the week of competition, you can kind of chill, just kind of go through the motions, try to make yourself feel good, maybe get a lung blow in about 5 or 6 days out from the competition. But other than that, those are my ideas. I don't know if I rambled on a little bit too much or whatever, but yeah, hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you guys have any questions, be as specific as possible. Tell me your age, tell me your problem, ask a good question, because the good questions, they get answers here on YouTube. Now they might not be good answers, I don't know, I'm not God, I don't know everything, but they're my answers. On top of that, guys, I have my Patreon is out now. I think I have about 10 or 15 posts. I wanted to wait a little bit before I kind of started pushing my Patreon. Like I wanted to wait as I've collected data and put more stuff on there. I am now doing match breakdowns. I have full seminars on there, and I have Q&As from seminars. I think all these things are gonna be helpful. It's a lot different than my one-on-one instructionals, which is kind of like this technique, this technique, this technique, this concept. They're both useful. Some people just learn different ways, and so I was like, why not? You know, I have the time, so I built a Patreon too. So you guys can check out the links below for the Patreon, or you guys can check out the links below, or go to brandonreeddirects.com/store to check out any of my wrestling for jiu-jitsu instructionals. Takedown defense instructional is going to be coming out in about 4 to 5 weeks. A lot of you guys have been asking for it. It's a takedown defense for beginners course. It's going to look like this right here, just a little bit of information, but yeah, I'll announce the exact date soon, but you got to get through the editing and whatnot, and I'm excited to release that course. Anyways, see you guys next time.